Hey guys, so I'm back today with another look, and this is a prom look, and it's kind of neutral but kind of dramatic in a way. We've got some really fun colors on the lower lash line. I'm going to give you a few options for that in the tutorial, and if you're not going to prom, go ahead and try this look out anyway. It would be a really fun going out look or a date look or anything like that. This tutorial is a drugstore, people. Everything I used is so cheap, except for a black pencil liner, but I just kind of forgot what I was doing in the tutorial, but any black liner will work. But for the most part, very, very cheap tutorial, all drugstore, and if you want to see it, keep watching. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this would go with any dress color. The only thing I have on my face right now is just moisturizer. So I'm going to start out with foundation, and I'm going to use a liquid foundation by Rimmel, and it is the Clean Finish. Looks like this. And you can apply it with anything you want. You can use your fingers or just like a sponge wedge. I'm going to use a brush, and I showed this brush in another tutorial, but I'll put the link in the lower bar too. And you may want to use a foundation with a low SPF, especially if you're going to be taking pictures and everything with all your friends. If your foundation has a lot of SPF in it, it can make your face look really, really white, and I have like a white cast too, and it's just not very flattering in pictures. Also, you want to pick kind of a matte foundation. If you want any shimmer on your face, you can add it with a highlighter. Be sure to blend it down to your neck too. After you get your skin tone just kind of evened out with the foundation, if you need a little bit more coverage, you can use some concealer. And this is just a really inexpensive one from Maybelline. It's the Dream Mousse concealer. And I'm just going to pat some of that under my eyes. So just any other places where you have redness or blemish or anything like that. The last step, because you're probably going to be dancing and sweating and all that, you want to make sure that that makeup doesn't go anywhere. So you really need to set it with a powder. And I'm just going to go ahead and use this Maybelline Dream Matte powder. Just going to take a big brush and just quickly set all that. Now we're going to move on to the eyes, and again, you want to set or prime your eyelids as well, just so that if you do sweat and that sort of thing, that your eye makeup doesn't move and budge and fade off. So I have this really inexpensive eyelid primer from e.l.f. and I got this at Target, and it's $1. So just going to use that. Just have some on my hand here. Just going to pat that over my lids. Also put some right underneath your lower lash line. Okay, so for the shadows, I'm going to use another e.l.f. product, and it is this e.l.f. Quad. Again, this was $1, and these colors are awesome. And this is in Day to Night, and it has 4 really pretty colors in here. So I'm going to start out with just a regular eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to use this really pretty shimmery tan color up in the corner. This color would suit a lot of different skin tones, so just going to pat that right on my eyelid. And just put it up to my crease. I didn't take it any higher. I'm going to grab any kind of blending brush, and I'm going to go in with this plummy color right here. Get some of that on there, and we're going to put this on the outer corner of our eye, right where your eye creases. Start it right there, and just do little tiny circles. Just going to kind of place the color where you want it first. Okay, once you have it placed, start to bring it in towards your nose. Very, very lightly. Just bring it in about halfway into the crease. And then you're going to go in with just a really light color, kind of just a shade or two darker than your skin tone. And I'm just going to use this NYX shadow in brown. I'm going to pick up just a little bit of that, and I'm going to place this right there, right on the edge of those other colors, and just take that back and forth very lightly And that's just going to fade that line to where it's not like a harsh line. And it's going to look really blended, and it's just really going to help the whole look look a lot neater. Just like that. Again, same brush, just wipe it off. And I'm going to take the lightest color in this little quad, this highlight color. And we're going to put this underneath the brow. Also take a little bit just on the tip of the brush and put it in the inner corner. Just kind of work it back and forth there. And I'm going to grab the darker color in this little quad, and it's just really dark brown color. Just grab a tiny little bit and put this just in the outer crease. And instead of making those little circles like I did with the plum, I'm just going to go back and forth like that because I don't want it to cover up the plum. I just want to deepen up that crease just a bit. So now, with the lower lash line, if you want just a very neutral look, you can use these same colors. Just pick either the plum or the dark color and go underneath your lower lash line. If you want to add just a really subtle pop of color, you can take pretty much any color of your choice, because these that we have here are just so neutral, it would pretty much go with anything. I'm going to choose a really dark navy blue. I think this is so pretty, and this is again from NYX, and it's just called Atlantic. Just grab any other color of your choice and any kind of small brush and get that blue right on the tip of that brush, and you can put this on your lower lash line. I'm just going to bring it in about 3/4 of the way. I'm not going to go all the way into the inner tear duct. Just like that. You can go back with that highlight color from before and just a small brush and apply that to the inner 1/4 of your lower lash line and just blend it in with that blue or whatever you used underneath the lash line there. You can line your eyes with anything, any kind of liner of your choice. I'm going to go with a liquid today. This might be kind of difficult if you're not used to liquid liner, so you may want to try like a gel liner. That might be a little bit easier for you, but in any case, you know, with any kind of eyeliner, just anything for that matter, it just takes practice. So if you practice it enough, you'll definitely get it. But I'm just going to line my upper lash line. A really thin line. And I'm just going to extend it just a little bit past my natural lash line. So I'm just going to flick it up just barely. And then just bring it back in. And also optional is whatever you want to do with your waterline. I'm going to go ahead and line it with some black, and I think it'll really make this blue stand out a lot more. Okay, so before we do our lashes, I'm just going to go ahead and catch up with this eye, and I'll be right back. Okay, so what I've done now is I went ahead and applied some mascara on this eye. On this eye, I applied some false lashes. You can tell. It really makes a big difference in person. I would definitely recommend, if you feel comfortable, putting on some false lashes. If not a full strip, just cut a full strip in half and use half of the strip onto your outer lashes. But if you feel adventurous and want to try a full strip of false lashes, I recommend going with a really natural looking lash. And I have this one here from Salon Perfect, and they're number 53s. So I have my lashes here, and I have the glue on the strip, and I'm just waiting for a few seconds for it to get a little bit more tacky. So just hold it here for about 30 seconds before you put it on. Okay, so I think it's about time to put on the lashes. So just kind of look down into a mirror. Here and bend them up and kind of push against them. Make sure they're pushed onto your lash line really well. After that glue dries, it'll be clear and you won't be able to see it anymore. but I still would go over it with, put on some more eyeliner, and that's just going to hide the band a little bit better. So while I'm waiting on that, I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. Brows are something else, you know, that's kind of important. They frame your face. If you want, you can use an angled brush and an eyeshadow that's close to the color of your brows. Or you can just use a pencil like me. This is just from Maybelline. And I just fill them in where they're sparse. And that's it for the eyes. Just really, really neutral, but still kind of dramatic. Now I'm going to move on to the face, and I'm going to use a bronzer. Actually, the blush and the bronzer I'm going to use is from e.l.f. And this was $3, I think. It's from their studio line. And it has a bronzer and a blush in here. So, first, I'm just going to take a really large brush, go into that bronzer, and I'm just going to contour my face. I'm going to start out with my cheekbones, and I'm going to put this color right underneath that bone right there. Be sure to blend it out really, really well so you don't have like a brown stripe there. And you can also kind of go around your forehead. Now for the blush, it's just a shimmery peachy pink color. And I'm going to put this right on that bone there, right on the cheekbone. You can kind of blend it down towards the apples of your cheeks if you want. Whoa. And if you want a little extra sparkle, again, e.l.f. This is their Shimmer palette. And it has 4 highlighters. Just take one and put it right on top of your cheekbone. It's going to end up being a little bit underneath your eye. And that's going to give a really pretty shimmer in your pictures and everything without being like totally over the top, like shiny, like you're not going to look oily with that. Okay, so for the lips, I'm just going to go with a neutral lip to go with this eye look, and I'm going to use this lipstick from Maybelline. It's one of their color Sensational lipsticks, and the shade is Warm Me Up. Just a really neutral pink. I'm going to go over it with a gloss, and this is from NYX. This shade is called Smokey Look. And there we go. There's the finished look. Okay everybody, so here is the finished look. I went and did my hair, made me feel a little bit better. But anyway, give you a closer look here. So yeah, I really hope you like this look, and like I said, if you're not going to prom, you know, you can still wear this look. I mean, if you wore this look on a date, hello, or a night out, just anything, I think it's really fun. So yeah, you all enjoy the prom if you're going, but please, above all, be safe. I really hope you like the look. Please try it out, and if you go to the prom, and if you try anything like this, just let me know how it goes. And I hope you have fun.